Oh, I'm sorry. Pretty sure you don't know who I am with these glasses on. There we go. There we keep. Hi guys, welcome to No Bites, and this is going to be my rewind review for Man of Steel. With Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice coming this Friday, which I'm going to see later in the evening, I thought I'd do a few videos surrounding the whole Batman vs Superman and the DC universe. So I'm doing a rewind review for Man of Steel, and then I'll also be doing 2 top 5s of my top 5 Batman and my top 5 Supermans after the film, so make sure you keep a lookout for those. Before we begin, of course, there will be spoilers, but you must have seen this film by now. You must have. It came out in 2013. Come on. So Man of Steel, I mean, it was an awesome film. I mean, I really did enjoy it. It's probably my favourite Superman film I've ever seen. I was never a massive Superman fan. I always preferred Batman, as quite a lot of people did. But I like the fact that this was more dark, more gritty, more grounding of the character, and it was less campy. The fact they got rid of the original theme tune and got Hans Zimmer to do all the music over the top, which is fucking epic, by the way. One of the best soundtracks ever. Made it such a more real film to me, a realer character and a better film overall, because it got rid of the campiness, and I was never really a massive fan of the kind of campiness about it. I always preferred having this kind of realism to a character, connecting to the character, and I felt so much more connected to Henry Cavill's Superman than I did to Christopher Reeves per se, you know what I mean? He did a great job, but I just prefer it when I can relate to the character more. So, I mean, it starts with him at Krypton, he's about to die, the planet's blowing up, and I think that's pretty awesome. You see Jor-El as well, sending off his son to the planet, and he's the first natural born Krypton in ages. Zod's the part of the army and everything, he's in charge of the army, and he's come to destroy this, that, and the other, the usual bad guy stuff. Then he kills Jor-El, which I think was a really cool idea. Just as Kal-El's just going off into the little baby spaceship and off he goes, he kills his dad, and I think that's a good layer to add, because he would have died with the explosion of the planet anyway, but having that happen just adds another layer to Zod and makes him more of a badass, to be honest. It makes him more of an arsehole, makes him more of a reason why Superman would definitely not like him. So obviously after that happens, him and all his generals and henchmen and everything gets put in the Phantom Zone into some really weird looking rockets. If you look back at the footage when they go into the little rocket things and they get pushed into the Phantom Zone, tell me you're not seeing a cock and balls, because that's what I'm seeing, definitely. Bit of a weird choice there, to be honest, as a designer. And then we go down to the Earth and present day, he's already landed, and the great thing about this film is one thing I really enjoyed, flashbacks. The way they set this story up was really well done. They went back and forth from past to present, and I really like the way they did that. It's a way of pushing the narrative forward with the Superman character that we love, the Clark Kent character, but then also go into flashbacks to get his backstory rather than just having to do it all in one go. Every now and then it goes back to showing his childhood and how he was bullied and how he's got to hide his powers and how he's meant to do this and he can't do that, and it's you know, he's Jonathan Kent's just, you know, his surrogate father is trying to say, well, you can't really do this, but I understand why you want to, but it's, you know, how conflicted he has to be as a child, and that pushes forward into the present when you see him in present day. It works really well, and I think the way the film was put together like that was just a really good way of showing us the character of Superman. One thing I thought was a bit weird, the getting all his answers and his Superman suit was just very, because reasons, you know what I mean, very just exposition, like just, oh, it just happens to be there, and then it had to be a hologram of his father telling him everything he needs to know, and then by the way, here's your super suit, off you go to save the day. It's a little bit weird, but I was just kind of like, whatever, I just want to get to some Superman action, to be honest. I want to get to some beatdowns. The way he's figuring out his powers, and well, not exactly figuring out his powers, but more or less figuring out how to fly. After he's got his suit on, he's, you know, he can't just take off and off he goes. He's kind of figuring out for the first time of how to fly, and I thought that was a really nice little bit they put into there. Once he got his suit on, he figured it out and, you know, got used to it and off he went. I thought it was a good way of adding, again, more depth to the character. Of course, Zod gets out of the Phantom Zone and everything, he comes down to Earth, and what he wants to do essentially is terraform the Earth to create a new Krypton. He uses these machines to change the gravity of Earth, which is a lot less than Krypton, which is why Superman and Zod and everything can get their powers from Earth, because they can get it from the sun and there's less gravity and is able to do so. So he's trying to terraform it into the new Krypton. Fuck knows why, to be honest, because if you got these kind of powers, why would you not want to have them? But then again, I don't know, maybe it's sentimental to him or something, I don't know. Because he seems to like Krypton quite a lot. the death of Jonathan Kent. Now, in the comic books and in other films as well, he died of a heart attack. And with this, he dies in a tornado. Now, I didn't mind it. It was alright. It was kind of, but it still worked in a case of, Kent, Superman could not do anything. Same thing with a heart attack. He had to stand there and not do anything. His father said no, you know, just like he shook his head like, just stand and watch his father die. It's a really heart-wrenching scene. It's a good scene. It's just, I didn't know whether it was worth changing that up. But again, minor change. I don't know. But I was kind of like, nah, with that. But the scene overall was still pretty, you know, heart-wrenching. Action scenes. We get a lot of them in this film. Finally, we got, you know, a lot of action scenes in a Superman film. Because all the other times, it's kind of like he's just saving people. He's holding up big things that normal people can't hold up, like fucking islands and planes and shit, and saving cats out of trees and that. But this time we actually get to see proper throwdowns, proper punches, when he's beating up and having a massive fight with all the General Zod's henchmen and everything, which was an awesome fight. A little bit too much carnage, because some of the carnage you think, oh god, there's definitely some people dying there. So, but again, I suppose he's new to his powers, to be honest, and he's still getting used to it, and he's angry as well because they threatened his mother. You know, I kind of get it to a point. So I can't really complain too much because the action scenes are awesome. It's something I've always wanted as a Superman film, and we got that. It was great. When he was stopping the terraform machine, he had to actually go into the opposite, go to the other side of the world because he was doing like opposite axis, and he was to the other side of the world to destroy it. And then these tentacle things start coming out and attacking him, which I thought was weird. Again, it's another flaw in this film, I think. It was a little bit weird, to be honest. I don't think it was needed. Just get him down there, get him to stop, do exactly what he did, and destroy that. I don't really need to have the tentacles, really. It's just a bit, I think it was there just for the fucking sake of it, to be honest. So after the terraforming machine has all been completely destroyed and all the other people have gone back to the Phantom Zone, and Zod is left there, and they have a massive fight in the middle of what's left of Metropolis. Massive throwdown. Zod ends up taking his armor off, and he's able to fly and focus and concentrate on the non-gravity of Earth or whatever. Then they have an even better fight. It's in two parts. Really well done. But again, lots of fucking carnage. Absolute carnage. It was awesome, but people definitely died. Now, a lot of people have complained since then, and leading right up until Batman vs Superman, about how that's not what would happen with Superman. He wouldn't let all those people die. Now, I tend to agree to a point, but I always said, ever since I came out of Man of Steel for the first time, I said, that is going to have repercussions in the next film. Obviously, we didn't know it was going to be Batman vs Superman. We thought it would just be Man of Steel 2. But I knew from then, I was like, that is going to have a repercussion. And it did, and they are putting it into the Batman vs Superman, having a repercussion, and it's another layer to why Batman doesn't like him. So, because of that, I don't mind so much. And the final part where he's got Zod in a headlock, and he's using his heat vision to try and kill his family. He's trying to get him to stop. He's trying his hardest. He's shouting and screaming and pleading with him to stop, otherwise he'll kill the family. And he said he'd never win, and he snaps his neck. And then a lot of people complained at that as well. Now, again, I understand their point. Batman is not a... Superman is not a killer. It's not... People don't like killing a lot, do they? He's not a killer, but he did everything he possibly could. He tried his best to stop him without killing him. It was either he kills him or that innocent family die. You know what I mean? And it's just like he tried his best. And again, he didn't just snap his neck and go, oh well, job done, and walked off. He was gutted. He screamed at the top of his voice because he realised he's had to do this. He's had to kill another living creature, another living being. And he didn't want to. Again, it will have repercussions and everything, which again I'm fine with, but there's no way you can complain about it that much. I think it was a good way of doing it. It was a good way of stopping the character, and it was a good way of developing Superman further. It's the fact that he doesn't want to do it, but he has to for the greater good. After all that is done, the line at the very end, as he goes and gets a job at the Daily Planet, got his little glasses on and everything. Yeah, they brought that back in, but whatever, I don't mind. If that's the only campy bit we get, fine. Walks in, gets a job, and then Lois Lane just stands and goes, welcome to the planet. And that's how it ends. And I thought it was a really nice way of doing it. It's welcome to your job, welcome to the planet as a whole. Just a really nice way of doing it. It's a good way to end the film, I think. Really nice. So overall, I really enjoyed Man of Steel. I thought it was a really good film. Yes, it definitely had its flaws. It had a lot of problems with it. But I still enjoyed it, and it's still probably one of my favourite Superman renditions. Henry Cavill did a great job of it, and now that we know what's going on with Batman vs Superman, all these repercussions and everything, it makes it more more passable with what's gone on in that film. Yeah, I know they're probably trying to just fix the mistakes or whatever, but I'm fine with that. I still thought it was a great film, and I'm going to give it 3 stars. So that's what I thought of Man of Steel. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find me on various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerdbites anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. And also keep a lookout for my review for Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice is coming later on this week. And of course, keep it nerdy.